All right, Kyler, thank you for coming and hanging out with me today. I'm excited to talk to you. I don't know if you know this, but your instructors have said such good, great, wonderful, positive things about you. And so we haven't had a chance to hang out much, but I do know that you are an outstanding student. You got just a whole upside of potential. And I kind of just wanted to dive a little bit into a little bit about you, what brought you to Intelitech, and kind of where you're going after you've completed all this automotive stuff.
Cool.
So let's just start with obviously the basics. Tell me a little bit about yourself, what program you're in, and then maybe what brought you to Intelitech.
Cool. My name is Kyler Ketchum, 26 years old. I was born and raised here in the Grand Valley. Graduated from Fruta in 2017. I started my first full-time job as a landscaping tech when I was 14. Worked all the way through high school, ended up joining the military right out of high school. Went and did my training in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and then was fortunate enough to have my first duty station be Fairbanks, Alaska, at Fort Wainwright. That was a fantastic experience. Unfortunately, I got in a car accident pretty soon after going up there, hurt my back, ended up being discharged from the military, and my entire life was banked on being a career soldier. I didn't really have a plan B, didn't really have anything to go on after that. I lost who I was, I lost where I was going. I ended up moving back to Grand Junction from Alaska and spent like the first 2 years just trying to figure out who I am, what did I want to be, if I wasn't going to be a soldier, where was I going? Because of my landscaping experience, I always kind of had a tinkering hobby. I like to build small engines. I grew up building pit bikes and go-karts and doing all my own work on my truck, and decided that, I'm going to look into trade school. I looked into the program at CMU first, and I'm a very impatient person, so I wasn't willing to go to 2.5, 3+ years of school just to get a trade degree. And then I looked into Intelitech and saw that I could pull the program in just over a year and a half, I think. And it was just meant to be. This is actually my second time at Intelitech. I started back in 2019 and ended up getting evicted from my house. Life kind of threw a curveball at me, and it just wasn't the right time to finish school. So I ended up dropping out, fell back into my landscaping thing, and there wasn't any room for improvement. There were no rungs to go up the ladder, and I didn't see it taking me where I wanted to be in life. And about that time, I was kind of, tossing around the idea of coming back to school. And I think you actually reached out to me and said, hey, we offer a degree for the automotive program now. If you want to come back and finish it, we'd love to have you. So I applied, got accepted back, and here I am. I just finished my auto certificate. I'm working towards my degree now, and I actually just secured my dream job at Wagner Equipment. So that's super exciting for me.
Yeah, that is amazing. It sounds like you're like 60 years old. So you've had a lot of life experience. You started working at the age of 14, you said.
I did.
And it sounds like you've had like two solid separate careers before, going out to Fairbanks, getting in a unfortunate accident, which I am sure just at that point in time, you had a trajectory of what you were going to do.
I did. I had banked the first 17 years of my life on being a soldier. That's what I wanted to be. And when that didn't work out, I was lost. I had no idea what to do. Thankfully, I had my parents, Kevin and Amy, with me. They've had my back since day one. We butted heads a lot when I was a teenager, but now that I'm an adult, I'm so thankful that I've had them in my life to back me up.
We love parents, right? We don't like to tell them that when we're young, but when we get older,
right.
It is, good to have a great support system. That's awesome that you were able to have that and then able to figure out another career path for you. And so I know you said that you've landed the job at Wagner, which was a dream job. How did you come about that being the place where you wanted to go?
So I've always kind of had the like for working on cars and trucks, smaller stuff, but it hasn't really been a challenge for me. I always like to challenge myself, push my comfort zone. That's just who I am. If I'm comfortable, I'm complacent. Heavy equipment's always been a dream of mine. I like big earth moving machines. The bigger, the better. And I'm fortunate enough to I started back to finish my degree with the intent of applying at Wagner. So I told them that. They seemed super happy to have me on the team. And I'm actually starting as a level D tech in the engine teardown department. So I'm going to be working on 3500 and 3600 series Caterpillar engines that are the size of my car. So it's a huge jump. It's going to be a great challenge for me, and I'm super excited for the career I'm going to get.
I'm excited. All I can think about is like, please send pictures. Like, I just need pictures of,
Definitely.
and then we all just need a field trip because that would be fun also.
Right.
Let's just dive back into a little bit of your experience while you were in school. So, you made the decision, and Teletech is, going to be the best fit for you. How have things been for you education wise while you've been here?
It's been great. I love Intellitech. Mr. Fell and Mr. Hill are some of the best instructors I've ever had. Even Terry with CCR, like I've done probably a dozen classes similar to CCR and ACD just through my military career. And even that class, I learned things that I hadn't already known, or learned things about myself that I wasn't aware of before. It kind of helped me find who I was again, find my motivation, find my dedication. And it's been a wonderful experience. I've had my struggles, my trials and tribulations, but like I said, with my parents and my fiance being my support system, it's really great. And honestly, without them, I don't know that I would have made it as far as I have.
We do hear a lot of things about Mr. Phil, but just like we do with our parents, we try not to tell Phil or Hill that they're doing a great job, but they're pretty good over there.
They are.
Right?
They know what they're doing.
What is something that, just an experience or maybe something you learned? What is something that just super stood out from your time here?
Honestly, just the one-on-one experience, the fact that we have smaller classes and the instructors can actually spend the time to focus on what you struggle with. Anytime they saw me or any of the other students struggling with a particular topic, they made sure to take time out of their day, even stay a little bit extra if they had to make sure that we understood that concept, especially when it comes to exams and stuff like that with our practicals. They wanted to make sure that we knew what we were doing hands-on, so that when we graduate here and we go to apply for that job, we don't look like we don't know what we're doing.
I love that. I didn't even know you were going to go in that direction, but the one-on-one is huge, or having those smaller classes.
It is. That's actually part of the reason why I chose Intellitech over CMU. They just, having 20 people in a classroom, 15, 20 people is way better than 100 students in the same room, because you get maybe 30 seconds of, oh, you're struggling with this? Well, study harder. Whereas here, it's more of a personal approach. They make sure that you as an individual, depending on what your interests are and whatever, they make sure that you're going to be successful no matter what.
And I'm going to jump forward again because I'm really just excited about you going to Wagner.
I am too.
How were you able to land that as, your next stepping stone? Did you, you knew you wanted to go there. Did you reach out? Like, did you have somebody reach out on your behalf? Do you know somebody there?
So I do have a couple connections that have kind of worked third party with Wagner, and they were helpful enough to reach out and vouch for me personally, which was a huge deal. But I didn't have the intention of even applying for this job until I graduated in February. And on a whim, I just checked their career website one day, and the job that I wanted was open. So just for grins and giggles, I went ahead and applied, and heard back from them within 24 hours and interviewed me. And within a week, I was already onboarding and ready to go. I pushed the ball and it just started rolling on its own.
Yeah. Sounds like it was meant to be. That's interesting because you knew that you were going to be done with the automotive, the certificate part of your program. Did you have a different trajectory in mind before this kind of just opened up for you?
Yeah, my whole plan was just to kind of still take it easy, focus on school, not add too much onto my plate, and getting my degree. And my plan was it was going to take 6-8 months to get onboarded at Wagner. I didn't know that there was going to be this quick of a fast pace, like, oh hey, you're motivated to be here, come on down, man, join the team. And it's like you said, it's meant to be. I've put a lot of effort into it, but also at the same time, I haven't had to necessarily try very hard.
Right.
It just kind of, the pieces just fall into place, and it's really exciting.
Yeah.
I'm super stoked for this next step.
I am too for you. Couple more questions and then I'll let you get out of here. The title of these conversations that I'm having with students, it's called Tricks of the Trade. So basically, I want you to kind of just look back over your time here. For you, and I'm not going to say that things were easy.
No.
Then you made them look easy.
I have a tendency to do that.
But if you were to look back and you wanted to give the next generation of automotive students advice on how to be successful in school, what advice would you give them?
figure out what your motivation is and stick with it. Keep that in the back of your head. Why you chose this program, why you chose this school, and where you want it to take you. As long as you're disciplined and dedicated, it's really not that hard. There are some challenges throughout the career because obviously if this was easy, not everybody would do it if it was easy. But as long as you're dedicated, motivated, and you just keep your discipline going and stay on top of your stuff, you can do what you put your mind to.
I love that. I have a feeling I already know what you're going to say, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Kind of going to give you the mic. Is there anybody like you would like to give a special shout out? Thank you to.
Yeah, my fiance Yvette and my parents Kevin and Amy. I mean, if I didn't have those three in my life to keep me motivated and keep me grounded to reality, my head would be so far in the clouds. I probably would have sprouted wings by now. Like I'm self motivated to a degree, but not to the point where I'll push myself as far as I could. I feel like 90 to 95% of my potential, but those three, they make sure I hit that 100 to 110%, and they make sure that my feet are always under me, and they're my rocks. They've been everything to me. I'm doing this for myself, but it's awesome to have them in my corner rooting for me as well.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm super excited for you. We are all extremely proud of you. Again, you have made it look way too easy while you've been here. But we're excited for your next steps. And we're excited that you're going to get a chance to finish your degree and work at a cool place. Take pictures,
Will do.
send them, and we're expecting a field trip. Okay.
I'll see what I can figure out.
All right. Thank you. Not so bad, right?
No.